Hello and welcome to another Bakugan video. So this is one of the few Wave 3 ones that I was really after, in particular the Turtonium. I really wanted him as the Darkus Turtonium. It's awesome looking, and the Chaos Pegatrix actually completes every single core Wave 1 Bakugan that doesn't come in a 5-pack. So excluding those 5-pack ones, I now have every single one you can obtain from Wave 1 thanks to this. Even though it is a Wave 3, that is how they do them, so they have a lot of overlap. So I could avoid that. That was what I really wanted to do. So we will get this thing open. These things are always the funnest things in the world to get open, I swear. At least the bonuses, all the cards, do get kept fairly well in these little things. So the couple of Bakugan off to the side here, little Turtonium we'll look at in a moment. And we'll just go through his cards, their cards, and everything else that comes in this. So, of course, the cores are some of the first things we do end up getting, and the first one's a Green Fist 150 plus 1, Magic Shield 600, not really great, I'd much rather 650. The Green Fist boosts with the Chaos and Pyrus, Darkus and Aquas 100 plus 3, minus 400 Magic Shield, and a plus 150 Shield. So, pretty stock standard ones, nothing too crazy great there, honestly. It's always the thing. The best one is definitely the 650 Magic Shield, if you can get that out of the, well, just some of the sets. There are actually a couple now that will give them to you. So, of course, we get the closing instructions. This is level 1, so I expect that the closing will be actually very simple. Basically, it's just going to be starting, of course, with the legs and then working the head down and stuff into it, which is fairly straightforward. The basic rulebook, which we don't even need, and the now cards. So, first off, we've got the, of course, Pegatrix here, which is the main card that you get with this as for the little Pegatrix. Really cool, really wanted one of him, so that's great. Of course, this is international, so you get 3 copies of each. Of course, only one is usable in English, so that's what matters. Don't believe that is the English version for that flip card. Repel Outsiders, there we go. They don't never in perfect order, so just to repel outsiders. The Turtonium Ultra character card. Here's a Magic Shield and a Fist, plus 500B, plus 3 Fist. Pretty decent as far as that goes for the attack. Of course, again, you get 3 of those for the set. The Mantanoid, which is apparently pretty average, and I've got to agree, 300B and 1 on an Aurelius is not great, and the shield effects really aren't the best either. Maybe with some Evos you can make up with him a little bit, but I don't believe his Evos are actually that great either. Then we've got the other few ability cards and stuff that you get, action cards, sorry. Wind Cutter, plus 600, this is a 6 cost. Domination, if you Bakugan hold the most backward cores, return this card to the top of your hand. Not a big fan of that one in particular. Also, it does appear that that's printed a little funny on this card. They're actually embossed, or is that just because it's a rare, probably, considering it's a common. And the English one for this, Tainted Touch, there we go. So this is a plus 2 Fist sacrifice. You may discard a card plus 7 instead. Not actually half bad for a really low cost boost, and actually pretty alright. So we'll grab a couple of cores here so that we can, of course, get these guys open when we get them out. I really hate getting these open, and I've actually got all the other 3-packs currently on lay-by that I'm paying off. This was the only one I was missing out of the ones that I haven't already got ready to come. So we've got the Mantoid out, and there we go, the Pegatrix. So, Pegatrix's ball form for this looks pretty sick. I wasn't a big fan of the Aurelius design for it, just because the colors were pretty meh, in my opinion. But for the Chaos one, I'm actually quite partial. It's quite great. I really love to get the Diamond one, although getting that is a feat in itself a lot of the time and not super cheap. Usually the best way for me to get diamonds currently is just to order them from people who are selling them at base price plus shipping, so only paying the shipping really isn't the worst case. But really nice, really love its design. For its color scheme, they really did a wonderful job making sure all of its colors look super nicely prominent, like its horn here. And it does, of course, fold up relatively easily, as long as you know which way to go with it. And the Mantanoid, a little Mantanoid. They are some of the cutest Mantanoids, I think, and the black eyes on this one and the black pincers really do stand out very, very nicely for him, which is no real shock at all. But this is, I think, my second Mantanoid now, so that's a nice little addition to the collection. It's another one that I just didn't have a version of, so this whole set is actually all Bakugan that I am missing. There's no duplicates from this for me, so that is awesome. Now we'll get the Turtonium out. I always worry about getting the Ultras out, especially things like the Turtonium here, which has got, of course, he actually has a little bit of wiring bit there, like one of the others, like Fangzor, I think. Give me one moment. I think I do have some scissors under here somewhere. There we go. There's a pair of scissors. If you are using scissors, do be careful. Of course, you don't want to damage it at all. So there we go. Got him open there. This should make it a little easier to get out, hopefully. And he's got such brittle little pieces on his legs. Oh, there we go. He come out there, so that worked. Even if it did spring a little bit. So the Turtonium's design, I'm a little disappointed that he doesn't stand up as much as I was hoping. He kind of just sits there. So to get a nice little image of him, we'll go a little closer. He does just kind of sit on the ground, which not quite as nice. I would have preferred it if he didn't do that necessarily. But once you get all his legs up and his little head under, you do just clamp his head down to close him up. So a very, very simple close, and one of the easier ones to do that with, so that's always great. His magnet, I think, is on the top there. So if we take this and we give it a light nudge, hopefully, yep, we can get it to pop open. So Turtonium does capture them on his shell, but he is a pretty awesome design. So overall, I really like all of these. They're quite alright. The Mananoid is definitely the most disappointing from this set. But if you're looking for him for collection, he does only come in this one at the moment, so it's definitely one of the better ways to get him. So if you did enjoy this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Until next time, guys, see ya.